I'm a rogue. How do I make money? In a world ruled by free strider ideals, the primary tools of victory are populism, lobbyism, and diversity. What? Populism. Seek the favor of the crowd, in pure pathos. If reality gets in your way, rewrite facts through the tools of the era. Lobbyism. Use wealth to generate political power, to generate more wealth. This is a difficult game. One must master to. This is a difficult game one must master to win in democracy and liberty. Diversity. Break the spirit of the populace through lack of unity of thought. The gushing wounds of the lower class cannot coagulate without a solid base. Leave them distrusting of each other, then simply divide and conquer as any classical emperor. But how does that make me money? In victory against their idiotic system, you can shape it in any way you want. You see now why they will never be able to sustain themselves. A liberal democracy will always decay in time, as long as they do not perform the three counteracts. First, kill their cultural liberty, to unite the lower classes. Second, kill their effective capital, to destroy the rise of oligarchy. And finally, kill their democracy, in time when reality holds no sway over the average citizen. I'm a druid. What do you know about the primal forces? They are to be wielded, to be tamed. The druidic calling is a fool's hope. Storms do not obey men without the power of arcanist wranglement. Do not be so swayed by their hippie bullshit. Tell me about this psychoanalysis thing. At first it was a folly. My sanatorium had many experiments running, some of which involved esoteric hypnosis. However, the data uncovered a clear correlation in patient health when forced to speak about trauma in clinical settings. The art of speechcraft could lessen effects of mental wounds. Could you psychoanalyze me? No, I do not bother handling patients. There is nothing to be gained in performing such degrading acts myself. But how can you deduce your theories if you don't even interact with the people you write about? Such simple work is beneath me. I do not compile data. I debate and compare. Then who does? It does not matter. But if you must know, my servant's name was Mundus Gaii. A hard worker, despite his halfling breed. His inane mumblings on dreams and desires was difficult to compile, however. In the end, I managed to refine them into real science. Tell me about yourself. I will keep it short. I am the offspring of Thazan nobility. While our stature fell along with our city, I pivoted my education and superior breeding to craft power during the revolution. It was easy. The rabble are mindless and crave etiquette. You're quite the arcanist, aren't you? I am no arcanist. I am simply the result of nobility having to contend with an age of chaos. And how did you end up like this? The second wave, when the free striders grew bold enough to rile their raving mutts into beheading all but the purest of their kin. A purity only proven by loyalty to their ethereal ideals. Ideals crowned in gold and copper. Gold and copper, a phrase from Reeds, meaning gold coin and copper press, the two main methods of free strider success. Before I could escape that wretched ruin of a city, I was thrown in a dungeon. Then, weeks later, they beheaded me in view of the populace. No trial, no dignity. Even the most based of monarchs, even the Shadow Lord himself, would not behave so barbaric to even their greatest rivals. It is a sign of the times, the lack of respect for anything beyond the oh so easily swayed crowd. Why did you stay long enough to be captured? I had my own operations in place. Nothing you need concern yourself with, you man of small stature. You will know in time, they all will. Is your soul in all copies of this 6th edition book? Yes. Fragments of the whole. A necrotic spell, not unlike that of Lichdom, was undertaken. If you wish to learn more, you will have to survive this next era, for my return will be magnificent. What if I destroy this book? That will do nothing. You do with it as you please. In fact, if you do, I will be happy to never have to answer your inquiries again. Okay, I have nothing more to ask. Then I will gladly end this inane conversation. I suggest not summoning me again until you have more useful questions, or I will destroy whatever vessel is near. But for now, you will have at the very least shown to be less of an annoyance than that damned Hagensargs. In return, I shall leave this plane once more, without ripping your mind to shreds. What an asshole. A deep and open vacuum is left within your mind as the present slips out. As vision returns to your eyes, you see a rough halfling looking down on you. Next to him, your companion poking at you with his foot. I see movement.
Marvelous, simply marvelous, my dear Cleric. You appeared to have been in contact with the spirit of Sageleaf himself. I've written down your conversation here.
What? You've been out for a few minutes, talking to yourself. Didn't seem like too much of a danger though. Mostly just some concerning rhetoric. And I'm no expert, but you should be careful. Possessions, from what I know, they can have some long-term effects.
There is so much to learn from this absolute piece of shit.
Did you manage to write down the foreword?
I did. It is in perfect condition.
The halfling begins to grasp for paper, more and more paper from his desk. Did you hear that thing about the halfling?
Yes, very interesting.
He looks around for a pencil. And the rest?
Yes, yes.
He looks over his notes. Why did we just accidentally summon the spirit of this dead scholar? Snorri hands over the gem-encrusted tome, its latch firmly resealed.
It appears to be some kind of necrotic container, a phylactery of sorts, perhaps. But in a literal sense, that does not make sense. Rather, my guess is Sageleaf bound his spirit to all these magical 6th editions, making sure to spread them out across collections in the world. For what purpose? Most likely to bring himself back at some point. How? Who knows? But that book is now yours, considering the danger involved. I would suggest not opening it again. At least not without a team of backup exorcists.
You don't want to have another chat with the old guy?
I'd rather not. I'm much more interested in finding out more about this guy fellow. Arcanists are well known for appropriating the work of those lesser folks. And considering what we heard here today, I wish to delve more properly into all of this.
Snorri turns away from the mess on his desk to face you with a confident smile and sweaty brow.
This has been a significant step in the right direction. Thank you, Cleric.
You're welcome?
That I am. And we shall talk more about this, far more in the future, that I promise.
Yeah, wasn't the most fun experience to witness either. Until the tea shop is dealt with, please don't open the book again. Hey Meek, this Hagensargs is your old master, right?
Yes, ahoy hoy and so on. Old master was very special person, Meek realize? Meek hopes new master does not have to meet old master. Meek think that would end bad.
Snorri glances up from his notes to see your mimic scarf whispering into your ear.
Mimic as clothing? He mutters and blows out some air. That's my kind of degeneracy. Good choice in familiar, Cleric.
He then returns to his work. Now that we've gone through this whole ghost adventure together, can you just, tell me the meaning of life? The halfling groans.
Asking me that? Really? Such a cliché. Everybody asks that, but fine, I'll play. If you ask me, the meaning of life is...
Yes?
It is...
The halfling thinks about it for a second. Lean in. Then he spits out a jotl before telling you,
to have a few good orgasms and then die.
Oh.
Bit shit, yes, I agree.
He sniffs, then ruffles his big mustache with clawing fingers.
Sounds like something a hedonist would say, isn't it? But from what I can see, the secret in that is not so much to seek out that pleasure beyond anything else, but rather to hope, desperately hope, that you never find out which one will be your last. Then I say you will lead a happy life. Good enough?
I like it. Don't fear the end, live in the moment.
Yes, something like that. The only objectively real thing in sensation... The only objectively real thing in sensations that we've got here in this life is pain. Count yourself lucky every second you feel free from its clutches.
Okay, I think that's all for now. Wonderful. Okay, so the thing is, I don't really have that much more time to record today. I have to get the episodes I recorded here up today. I think it's going to be 2 episodes, maybe slightly longer ones. But I guess next time... Oh, no. One thing I think I still have time for. Talking to Sageleaf. I will do that first. The 6th edition is complete. Very good. Very good. Anything else new here? No. Let's talk to Sageleaf about I forgot the name. Does it say here? Nearly. Right, Nearly. I will talk to Lady Sageleaf on Nearly's behalf. Then talk to Nearly with the result. And then I'm gonna have to call it. And next time, I suppose... in the next recording session, I suppose we're gonna bring the game to a close by going into the end game? I think so. Where does this lead again? A conspicuous crawl space? Wait. Have I been here before? Oh, this. I see. It's just that. Alright. I was curious for a second. Okay, I'll see you at Sageleaf. Oh, what's this? The goblin glares at you with his muscles. Okay, let's... can we behold her again? DC 30? Not too optimistic on that, but... yeah, that's fine. Let's talk to her again.
Cleric!
I just realized that we're talking to 2 characters in a row that I've given Everard Clare-like voices. That's fine. I'm here to talk about Nearly's rent. The lady laughs. She needs an extension by a week. Her laughter intensifies.
And why would you care for my little songbird? Smitten, are we?
She promised me a flower crown in return. Her eyes narrow.
Why do you want a flower crown?
It's cute. Another cackle escapes the dragon.
Fine, I'll grant her an extension. It wouldn't be the first time. But in return, you must do something for me.
Her grin widens. An evil thought crosses her mind.
Dance for me, Cleric.
You hear chuckles echoing throughout the chamber. What?
Dance!
They are mocking you. What a terrible feeling. She's just bullying you. But why not do it? This might hurt your self-esteem quite a bit. Careful. It would be pretty hard to put on a show as a one-man dance crew. I'd suggest declining.
Well?
She asked with a broad grin.
A little dance for your dear Nearly's rent extension. What say you?
She clearly does not expect you to actually do it. Charisma 15. That's for encounters, right? I'll do enhance ability. Can I do anything else? Oh, there we go. Your feet start tapping. Arms swirling. The music's just in your head. At first you hear chuckles, but they're drowned by that imaginary music soon enough. A step to the right, a step to the left. You remember the nights spent in Fig Alley. Okay, those kids were older than you. Their hair all enchanted with various cantrips, creating a forest of strange colors entombed in dwarven brickwork. Fig Alley, a street found in the low valley area of housing. It has about half a dozen dance halls, and it's pretty much the #1 party street in Norwich. At least if you're poor. There's better places if you've got actual status. Low valley area. Just like it sounds. This is the place in housing where, almost like a ravine, the ruins fade away and a scar in the earth opens up. The 5 or so blocks found within are pretty much without sun or moonlight, due to the steep surrounding slopes and tall, leaning, unregulated buildings. Pushing and shoving, heading to the back for sparkling water. They laughed at your jokes, you think. They laughed when you danced as well, but they let you stick with them, if you kept up. If you did what they asked, if you complied. One night, they left without you. You sat there with the half-empty glasses, the blaring beat of drums living inside your ears. So you got up and moved, alone. The floor was crowded, the troupe played loud, led by some Vorgeni screamer. That song still comes to you at night, when you feel at your most lonely, and you remember that night. The night you danced alone, and it wasn't half bad. As you finish your modern fairy jig, no one is laughing anymore. Their eyes lingering on you, having been clearly impressed by your precise footing and rhythm, or at least impressed by your audacity. After only 2.5 minutes of this glorious performance, you stop, right on cue as the music in your head comes to a dramatic finish. You've reached it. Perfection.
That was certainly a dance, Cleric.
Strike a stunning pose. You hold up a hand to your face and lean your hip to the right.
So...
The lady is shocked at the turn of events. The extension? The lady sighs and waves her claw.
It's granted. She can pay whenever she wants. Now please.
Your goblin companion looks perplexed. I'll be damned. You can sure put on a show, Cleric. 25 experience gained. Now go speak with Nearly again. I don't think we have anything new to report. But I'll look. Oh, I had a chat with the very mysterious elf. She lifts her head and glares at you.
The warden.
Yeah, that one. Oh. A very mysterious elf. Yeah, that one. How do you know?
I've already heard from Visken that they took the corpse. I did not expect them to move so quickly.
He told me that Pina, the dead elf, was trying to do something horrible.
What exactly?
That she was planning an esoteric attack on election day to blow up the Temple of Earth. She laughs, flinging your head back.
Do not trust a word that bastard is spewing. He's either trying to save himself or protect someone else, putting her as some kind of scapegoat. The Illim are dangerous. While I do not know their exact involvement with this incident, they are all dirty. I swear, if Warden Kullervo pulls up to personally explain how he's innocent, then he's got his filthy hands all over this.
Elves.
There's no doubt in my mind. Find out who Kullervo was working with. Considering the Illim, they were probably trying to interfere with the election themselves. Now, who would work with elves? A good question. Look into it.
Yes, Lady Sageleaf, we will. You're never going to guess who Frank, son of Frank, turned out to be. She raises an eyebrow. Speak. He was Meriadoc Moonwatch. Snell shakes his head. Out of all people.
Huh. What a bastard. To be a key witness and then just leave. Typical silver spoon freestrider. Did he have anything good to say?
Yeah, he saw a smoking, invisible guy right after the explosion down in the crossing.
He did.
She claws at her throne.
Then that's it. That's our suspect.
He also said the smoking guy walked into the Pillar of Jaw.
He what?
She groans.
That damn freestrider. He's probably high. High on his own damn fumes or something.
My lady, it might be very, very true. I believe the culprit escaped through a crack in the gate. She squints and sits silent for a few seconds. A gate of jaw.
This is an insane claim, Cleric.
She gives a hard stare at Snell.
If this is true, then it must be investigated. Speak with Visken, if you have not, and be vigilant. This is highly esoterical.
Good thing we've got a cleric on our side. I'll look into it and bring justice to whoever was responsible. The lady takes a deep breath.
I will think about this, and good luck.
That's all for now.
Fine, keep at it.
This is all for now, thank you. Okay, I think I'm just gonna position myself near Visken. Wait, she's back. We haven't talked in a while, I think. I'm just gonna quickly check if there's anything new. Also, another behold. Ah, we're done. Okay. The elf looks you up and down as you approach. Human. Okay, nothing new to say. I'll go towards Visken's place. And then, I guess, next time, we're gonna see if we will manage to... No, wait, first we talk to Nearly. That's right, that's what I'm gonna do first. Is she still around here? Or is she in the Sphinx? She's probably in the Sphinx. Right? Okay, let's do that first. Let's have that conversation. That also helps with the timing of the recording. Okay. Then I guess it might be 3 shorter episodes. We'll see. We'll see how it shakes up in the edit. Let's head in and talk to Nearly. See how she's feeling about all this. I mean, probably somewhat happy about the rent extension. The Goblin Girl notices you approach and immediately gets her instruments ready. Let her play. She takes a deep breath, preparing for the world. Wait, can I not talk to her about this? Okay, here we go. Oh, can we... Man, I want to talk to her about her rent extension. Is that not possible in here? That's annoying. Am I just 15 minutes too late? Well, she was granted her rent extension. Maybe she can hand me the flower wreath after the election is done. Or after I'm back from the Gates of Joy, if I manage. Also, let me quickly check the questing tree. There's one thing I want to check up on. The election, that is. Where would it be? Where's the election? Do we have a thing for the election here? That's not it. That's not it. That's Young and Dumb. Missing Paladin. Milk. Do we even have a quest for the election? That's the Copper Press. Yeah. That's just some thing I couldn't quite do. I don't know why. Primal Kin. Do we have a quest for the election? Novikian Resistance. Young and Dumb. Golden Line. I don't know. I was wondering if I could request another... Oh, there it is. No, that's election week. Whenever you take damage, right, that's the Ascalist thing. It doesn't tell me if I can get another election card. Maybe I can do it there at that point. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, anything else we need to do? Anything else we need to do? Let me quickly... I just quickly want to check up on this. If there's anything that needs to be done before we go into the end game, I want to be careful about that. That doesn't matter. I'm fine with that. We could read some books. We could read some books. Since now we kind of have the time for it, right? We have some books here. Do we have... any... literature. Okay. Book of the Mind. We're not going to open that again. Oh, can we not read it? A tasteless horror magazine filled with short stories. They're not that spooky, but the imagery helps steal you. It makes your stomach less churny. Okay? A popular fanzine, shoddily printed and filled with letters, fanfiction, and reviews. It's essentially a collection of writing from various fans of local theater shows, musical artists, and nerdy activities. This issue seems to be full of info about LARPing, which is taking the youth by storm. This scene is infamous for accidentally releasing issues in an enchanted, indestructible paper. A legal battle is being fought over the difficulty in removing them from circulation. You cannot destroy this magazine no matter what you do. Weekly Hex. Hex Weekly is one of those really old magazines that survived through the Coast War. It focuses on home, family, and lives of women, providing them with health advice and hints on how to feel good at any age. You don't get much out of it, honestly, except maybe a better understanding of the female perspective. Just looking at it makes you feel a bit emasculated. You can handle that. Oh, we can examine this paper. Piece of paper, some kind of adventuring log. You already know everything there is to know about this paper. Okay, must have looked at it already. There we go. This, a formal permission of public gathering. Right, that's the resistance note. We went through that. Oily instructions. Did we look at that? You hold up the paper, finding it to actually be a torn out page of a book. The name in the margin suggests the book is called A Gnome's Starter Guide to Esoteric Memorization. Okay, can't really do anything with that. That's fine. I thought those were books to read like in Disco. That's the Scroll of Astral Projection and that's the Scroll of Wish. We should not tamper with stuff like that. Okay, I thought we had stuff to read. I guess we could in the tower. But I don't know, those take a long time. Well, I mean, I could take a look. Wouldn't hurt, right? It wouldn't send Snell away immediately, I wager. So, you know what, let's take some time. I don't know how long into day 5 we have until the election. Oh, what was that? A broken statue of a cat. Cute. Sure is. Okay, let's head to the tower and maybe read 1 or 2 things in the library there. And maybe after that, I'm gonna have to call it quits. I'm just looking at the time right now for the recording, and I kind of want it at a neater number than it is right now. So let's engage with the books. You're gonna spend some time flipping through the archives right now. He wants you to not spend time doing this right now. Okay, well, maybe not then. Okay, I guess that might be something I do in a second playthrough if I play it again. Though probably not on the channel if I'm being honest. Maybe on my own, maybe in my own time. Okay. Let's go back to Viscan, I suppose, and I'm gonna call it there. Yeah, I think so. And then next time, we will go into the end game. All right. Down we go. And there we are. And I'll see you again right here in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.